Happy Tuesday morning, everyone. I hope you had a wonderful Memorial Day. I know I certainly did. And, I had a lot to think about this weekend, and a lot of things shifted for my family this weekend. So it made me really think about this question. You know, are you ignoring this? And if so, why? So, what is the this that I'm talking about? Are you ignoring this? Are you ignoring time off? Is what I'm talking about. So, big holiday weekend, a lot of people travel, a lot of people go away, but there are also a lot of people who are not doing anything. They are not taking time off. I deal with this a lot with my clients. A lot of my clients are in growth mode. And so they don't feel like at this point they can afford to take any time off. And I get it. I used to be that way. There have been many times where I've been in growth mode in my business and I literally would work 7 days a week. And when you do that, yes, you can grow your business exponentially. However, other things are going to suffer. And it's definitely something you should consider. Steve Jobs said when he was dying, I don't have anything. He realized that he poured his entire life into building his business and he put no energy into his relationships or his health or anything else in his life. And as a result, he had nothing. So, like you and like my clients who are all entrepreneurs, I work really hard to grow my business. And I've built multiple businesses over the years. So I've been in growth mode over and over and over again. And many of my clients experience the same thing. But when we get so focused on growth mode that we're not paying attention to taking time off so that we have an opportunity to create space for our bodies to just rest and relax so that we can pour back into ourselves, so that we can come to a place where we're ready to pour back into our business, into our clients, into our family. Eventually, if we don't do that, our health is going to suffer. Almost every client I have is dealing with health issues. I myself was dealing with health issues. I remember one day I had a meltdown in my office, and one of the gals in my office said to me, "How many days in a row have you worked?" And I couldn't tell her. I had worked so many days in a row that I couldn't remember the last time I had a day off just to go do something fun. And she looked at me and she said, "You need to turn off your phone for 2 days and go do some fun things." So, hey, thanks for joining me. I'm so glad to have you here live. If you know exactly what I'm talking about, put "that's me" in the comments, or "oh yeah." If you get it, you've been in that place where you've been pushing so hard to, grow a business that you just haven't taken time for yourself, that you've hit the wall and maybe had a meltdown like I did, because you haven't taken the time to take care of yourself and replenish. We can't give from an empty cup. We can't, if we don't put the money in the bank, we can't keep taking the money out of the bank to pay people and to give to others, right? And so it's really a critical part of our lives for us to be able to just stop what we're doing and take care of ourselves, even if it's only for a day. If you're in growth mode and you're like, "I can't travel right now," or maybe you don't want to travel because you don't want to deal with all the things that we have to deal with when we're traveling these days, do a day trip. We do day trips. My husband loves the mountains and I love the beach. So this weekend we spent a day at the beach and then we spent a day in the mountains. And prepare, know an alternate route other than the turnpike or the main highway in case there's heavy traffic. That way you're not coming back from your day that's supposed to help you feel relaxed and energized and rejuvenated, feeling stressed out because you're stuck in traffic. on our way up to the Poconos yesterday, we saw traffic for miles and miles and miles of the people coming home from the Poconos. We looked at each other and said, okay, guess we'll be taking the back roads home. And it might take us a little longer, but it actually took us less time, even though mile wise it was further, because we weren't sitting in traffic on the turnpike. We were able to enjoy the beautiful scenery on the way home, which actually decompressed us on a whole new level. And so if you shift the way you're thinking about things, you really can create amazing opportunities to just, enjoy life and take a break. This is one of the biggest culprits that we have in society today, is constantly being on the phone. We were sitting on the beach on Saturday. There was this beautiful family sitting next to us, and they were all on their phones. They're at the beach. It was literally one of the most gorgeous beach days I've ever seen. 76 degrees, not a cloud in the sky, a beautiful cool breeze. The water was just crystal clear and stunning. And they're all like this. Nobody's paying attention to each other. This is not the real world here. This is the virtual world. This is the virtual world. This is not the real world. We need to be here to build our businesses. We need to be here to get our message out, but we don't need to live here in the virtual world. And that really is not a life that is going to feel fulfilling for the vast majority of people. And then we wonder why we're struggling. We wonder why our health is failing us. We wonder why we can't sleep at night. It's because we don't have boundaries around our technology. We don't have boundaries around our time. We don't have boundaries around the things that we're willing to do and not do. There are a lot of tips I give my clients, and a lot of tips I like to share here with you guys so that you can create a better life for yourself, a life that you love, that brings you joy and happiness, where you're not always feeling stressed out. But most importantly, I want you to have a healthy life. I want you to be at a healthy weight. That could be either, there are people that I know that are underweight because they've spent their whole life starving themselves to be thin. And now they are having all kinds of health issues and they can't put weight on. And then I know people that are carrying around extra weight and are experiencing all kinds of health issues because of that. And their bodies won't release the weight because there's all these other things going on. And the number one factor is the stress. So the things that I bring to you, I'm bringing in an effort for you to be able to make a better life for yourself, create a better life for yourself, create optimal health. Because I think we've all learned in the last couple of years, if you don't have your health, you really don't have much, right? And I myself have been through this nasty little virus that's running around twice, and it completely shut me down. I couldn't work. I couldn't serve my clients. I couldn't serve my family. I couldn't take care of myself. So it's really important for us to focus on health, because that's when we have good health, we can have a vibrant life no matter what we're doing. And we can create things that we are not able to create when we don't have good health. So I want to give you a little exercise to do today. And I hope that you'll take the time to do it. I think it will really help you to change your perspective on what you're doing and really help you to come to a place where, you can say, I think I'm good. I think I'm okay to shift the way I'm thinking. And so that you're not ignoring the things that are important to you anymore. So the question is, what if? And if you take a piece of paper and you do this, you put what if at the top, what if I started this, and what if I stopped this? What would that do for your life? What would that mean to you in your life? What if I made a commitment that at least one day a week, I'm going to turn this off. And the only reason I'm going to have it is in case there's an emergency. Maybe I'll leave it on in case there's an emergency, or I want to take pictures where I am. I'll leave it on for that reason. But other than that, I'm not looking at it during mealtime. I'm not looking at it for any other reason but to take pictures or deal with an emergency situation. Other than that, I'm actually going to spend all of my time living in the moment with the people I'm with, appreciating everything that's happening in that moment during that day, so that I can walk away from that day with a tremendous sense of gratitude for everything that's happening in my space in that moment. And it will help you to de-stress. Get out in nature. Always make sure you have an extra set of clothes. Always make sure you have food and water, so that no matter what happens, no matter where you are, you can take care of your basic needs. If you're stuck in traffic, you'll have water and food. If you're somewhere and you get wet, you'll have dry clothes to get into. Addressing your basic needs and then giving your body an opportunity to decompress. I mean, this is scientifically based evidence, folks, that when you get out into nature, it lowers your blood pressure. It lowers your stress level. It helps you to mentally, physically, and emotionally feel better. We should all be giving ourselves that at least one day a week, no matter what else is going on. Because I'm sure if you're laying on your deathbed, like Steve Jobs was, you're not going to care about your business. What you're going to care about is the people that you love and how you spent your time. So do this exercise. Ask yourself the question, what if I start doing this? And what if I stop doing this? Just set aside 20 minutes of your time. Maybe do it while you're having lunch. And write it down, and then look at it and meditate on it and think about it, so that you're not missing out on the important things in life. And you don't end up like Steve Jobs, dying with a list of regrets because he never really lived a life that made him fulfilled as a human being, because he focused all of his attention on his business. Thank you so much for joining me today. I love being here with you, and I hope to see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until then, take some time for yourself, do your what if, and make it a great day.